شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد، رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. All praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator of the universe, and peace and blessing of Allah be upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and all those who follow his path. Ameen thumma ameen. Pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that may Allah give all of us sincere iman, sound health, and everlasting halal wealth. Also, my brothers and sisters, I welcome all of you to this show, and I humbly request all of you that make the best use of this time. Time is precious, one of the favors and the gifts of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala out of 5 gifts, and we have to appreciate that. We have to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this show is all about asking questions related to Islam in the light of the Quran and the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So also pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that may Allah give us tawfiq to speak from the speak truth in the light of the Quran and the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and speak according to what pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not what pleases people. Ameen thumma ameen. So my brothers and sisters, please pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that this is our second last day of Ramadan, which is today is 29th, and inshallah tomorrow we are going to complete inshallah the 30 days of Ramadan. So all those brothers and sisters, mashallah, who are celebrating their fasting in this month of Ramadan, Sunday will be the first day of Ramadan Eid, which is first day of Shawwal. Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. And my brothers and sisters, this is because a very serious program that we are doing, and Allah is witnessing, and all those people around us, and the angels are witnessing too. So we have to remember that when we are coming on this show and trying to put the questions, our intention should be clean and for the sake of Allah alone. We should not be trying our in a way that we should not be thinking that we are doing this because to put down the sheikh or put him into trouble. If you have a bad intention about it, then definitely you will know that on the day of judgment you will be responsible for that. And my main purpose is not to show off and not to make like any business out of this. My main purpose is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that the best among you is the one who learns the Quran and teaches the Quran. And then Prophet ﷺ has said, "Ballighu anni walau ayah," that even if you know one ayah, just convey it to the people. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ, that if you have any questions, then ask the people of knowledge. So whatever the knowledge that Allah has blessed me with, I'm just sharing with you here, and I'm trying my best to give the answer. Okay, there's the 3 questions have been asked. It is one question, but it is all in 3 sections. First is there a criterion for guidance from Allah? Is it knowledge of the Islamic faith or something else? There are many educated scholars from all backgrounds, religious, academics, skeptics, who have a vast knowledge of Islam, perhaps even more so than many Muslims. Then why have they not accepted Islam or being guided to Islam by Allah? Is there a criterion for guidance from Allah? Okay, it's a very big question, mashallah, and the answer is also not that simple. Number 1, first of all, the criteria is based on the sincere intention. If I want to know the truth, what is my intention? And if somebody wants to know the truth, so what is their intention? So this is first of all, it is based on the intention. With regards to your second part of the question, where you have said that there are so many people who are academically highly educated in Islam, but most of them are non-Muslims and Orientalists, or they are those people who are against Islam or preaching against Islam. And they bring so many errors, and they have a good knowledge of Quran, they have the good knowledge of Hadith, they also have good knowledge of Arabic language. So why they are not guided? Okay, as I said, that even their intention, if they have learned this education to seek the guidance from Allah, then definitely they will be guided. Because if a person has got, the knowledge, like for example, we can practically understand the example, because the only thing that we believe existence of shaitan is that according to our understanding of Islam, shaitan was the most knowledgeable creature amongst the creations of Allah. And when he was created, he was ranked in the rank of the angels, because angels were close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so he was that close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because he used to be in the gathering of angels. But what happened to him? When Allah tested him with the questions and Allah commanded him to prostrate to Adam, his intention was, not to, know the reason why Allah is asking me to prostrate to Adam, who is created from clay and I'm created from fire. He didn't ask for that. He didn't ask for the reason. Instead, he became arrogant and he disobeyed Allah's command, and he remained in his disobedience, and then he put his wrong argument to Allah. And he said to Allah, Ana khayrum min khalaqtani min narin wa khalaqtuhu min teen. I am better than Adam, and you have created me from fire and you created him from the clay. So I'm better than him. And that was the reason. Now he lost that rank, and he is, till the day of judgment, even he himself has said to Allah, let me live till the day of judgment and give me the strength and power to misguide the people. So this man, this shaitan, if you see the knowledge of shaitan, he knows Allah. He knows everything about Allah. He knows everything about Jannat and Jahannam. He knows everything about, he knows more than the angels. But he is not guided because he didn't ask for it. This is one thing. Second thing, first it goes back to the intention of the person. This is my first answer. So anybody who wants the guidance from Allah, then he has to ask Allah to give him the guidance. He can't just wait for, if Allah gives me the guidance, then only I will be guided. That is wrong. Because when you are feeling hungry, you don't say that if Allah gives me food, then only I will, satisfy my hunger. You try your efforts to get the food, and then you eat them. Even if the food is served in front of you, and you don't put the efforts to, you bring it to your mouth and then put it to your stomach. If you don't put that effort, even then, Allah will not let, the food go inside your body like that. So, same thing, guidance is the same thing. So first thing is that a person, those who are seeking the knowledge of Islam or Quran or Hadith or Tafsir, to whatever the level, what was their intention? Their intention was to destroy Islam, or to promote in a wrong way, or to misguide the people, or stop people coming to Islam, because there are so many YouTubers out there. They say that listen to us and we will tell you everything bad about Islam, but we don't want you to, accept Islam. Don't be Muslim. So that's their main intention. So such people will never get the guidance. And they put their efforts. I salute them. I, say to them that they have put their hard work. And one of them is a person called Apostle. And there are people like that. So they have, their main intention is, they put their lots of efforts in research and studies and all that, but their intention is to misguide the people, because they want to bring out all the points from the Quran, from the Hadith, from the teaching of Prophet Muhammad, from his life, that will, promote a different picture of Islam, which Muslims are believing, or even the Muslims, they think that Islam is such a good religion, so they want to bring those points to these people by doing their research and studies and efforts to show that what Muslims are believing is wrong, and this is what they should be believing in. And they should leave this religion, because this religion is, from Allah, who is not existing. It is from Quran, who is a fake book. It's coming from a fake person or a fraudy man, Ma'adallah Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So all these things are there. They will do this. They will do this, and they will try their means to promote wrong picture of Islam. So this is one thing. Second is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Quran that Allah will never misguide anybody if the person wants the guidance, and Allah will never guide somebody who doesn't want to be guided. So this is one very important point which I want to mention to you, is that for example, in Islam there's a verse which is in Surah Al-Baqarah chapter 2 verse 255, where 256, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, La ikraha fid deen. There's no compulsion in the deen. Which means the first ayah, 255, is all about Allah. So if somebody does not want to believe in Allah and he wants to remain as an atheist, Allah will not force him to become believer. Allah will not force him to believe in Allah's existence. This is one thing. Second thing, that la ikraha fid deen, which means there is no compulsion. If somebody does not want to become Muslim and he wants to remain as Christian, he wants to remain as Jew, or he wants to remain as Hindu, or he wants to remain a person with no religion, that's fine. So there's no problem with that. So that person can remain whatever he is or she is, because Allah will not force them. So this is a second point where people are not getting the guidance. The third thing is that the other criteria. I'll tell you my criteria. I was an atheist. When I was an atheist, and I came to Islam, my intention was to seek for the truth, because I had Christian friends, I had Hindu friends, I had Muslim friends. My family was Muslim. My father was Muslim. My mother was Muslim by birth. My family, all of them were Muslims. And at the same time, I was trying to differentiate. I was trying to find out, how am I different from my Hindu friend? How am I different from my Christian friend? How am I different from my Muslim friends? How am I different from my parents who call themselves as Muslims? So this is the criteria here. It comes that I ask the question to myself, what is the main source to go to any particular religion? I went to Christianity. Christianity is very simple. Today, if somebody wants to become a religious person or accept the religion, that Christianity is the easiest faith that a person can accept, because it's only one Bible, and Bible has got thousands of translations, and the concept is that when you believe in the crucifixion of Jesus, you are survived. You will survive. You are saved, and you have achieved the salvation. So that's very simple. And rest, whatever the Bible, how deep you go into Bible to practice your life, it is okay. Otherwise, you can be a normal good Christian, and you don't have to know about the Bible. So once you believe that Jesus died for your sin, and then you achieve the salvation. So that's the easiest way of Christianity, because they don't have Sharia law in that sense. That like we have got, when we talk about Islam, we have got marriage criteria, we have got divorce criteria, we have got terms and conditions for the prayers, we have got terms and conditions for purification, we have got terms and conditions for fasting, we have got terms and conditions for zakat and charity. All these things are there, which is like a complete code of life that we have in Islam. Same thing if you see that Hinduism or Buddhism, they have few books, and the Vedas, 4 Vedas they have. That is, again, when you compare Bible, you compare these Vedas. And also Muslims, also very simple. They have only Quran. Some people only believe in Quran. Some Muslims, they don't believe in the Hadith. So now, if you see the criteria of the Quran, Bible, and Hinduism, the Vedas, the first thing, because now your criteria is to seek for the truth. So which religion is best for you, Hinduism, Christianity or Islam? Then you go back to the sources and the religious sources. So you have Bible, you have Quran, and you have got Vedas. Now let's understand the authenticity of these books. Okay, the authenticity of these books. For example, Bible, who is the author of the Bible? Vedas, who is the author of the Bible? Vedas. When they were revealed, when they were written, how, whether they are divine books or not, pure words of God or not. So when we come to the Quran, Quran has got this criteria that it is the chronological record is there. Whether the non-Muslims, they say no, it's written by Uthman. Okay, even since from Uthman till today we have the Quran. Who is Uthman? Everybody knows it. All the Muslims, they know who is Uthman. But when we talk about the Vedas, who is the author of the Vedas? How many Muslims, how many Hindus they know about the Vedas and the authenticity of the Vedas and how it has been compiled and who is the author and what is the biography of the author? When we talk about the Bible, what is Bible? How many books are there? How many books are added by the people? Who are the authors of the Bible? And what are the biographies? I can guarantee you even the Christian scholars, they don't know the biography of their authors. So when we come to the Quran, Quran tells us that this is, it is, even if they don't take it to Allah from Allah to Jibril and Jibril to Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, they say no, it is a copy of Uthman. Okay, from Uthman till today we have this copy. So 99% of the Muslims believe in the copy that we have from Uthman. But we know who is Uthman. We know his biography. We know how the Quran has been compiled. And this is the book of Allah. And in that book Allah says, if you are sincere and you put your efforts, inna sa'yukum mashkura, if you want the truth and you put your efforts, Allah will guide you to the truth. And the first evidence to is the first chapter of this Quran is Surah Al-Fatiha. And that is the prayer that every person with sincerity, non-Muslims, if he reads this first chapter, 7 verses only, if he is sincerely looking for the truth and he only reads 7 verses, only 7 verses, not the whole Quran, sincerely if he reads 7 verses, he will know the truth of Islam, truth of Allah, truth of his life, everything, he will be guided. So this is my brief answer to that. Okay, Assalamu alaikum Sheikh. Is there something called Sajdatul Shukr? If so, do you need to do wudu? Please elaborate. How should one perform? Sajdatul Shukr is, the word shukr is thankfulness or being grateful to Allah. And shukr means gratefulness. Sajda means prostration. Sajda means prostration. So when you are, receiving a good message, or you have achieved something that you wanted to, or you got something or you were saved from a problem, or something good has happened to you, any good thing that has happened to you, and since you believe in Allah, and you also believe that this good has come from Allah, Allah has helped you, Allah has guided you, Allah has supported you, then you are sincerely greeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you are offering your salutation and prostration to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is called Sajdatul Shukr. So that Sajdatul Shukr is like thanking Allah, and that could be in any status. It doesn't even require any purity status. It could be in any good, a normal status. And your answer to your question, it does not require wudu for that. Alhamdulillah. Wudu is only for salah. Wudu is only for tawaf, doing the tawaf of the house of Allah, the Kaaba. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How should Salatul Witr be read? Hand raising during Qunut, numbers of rakats, tashahud in second rakat. Jazakallahu khairan. Barakallahu fikum. Okay, it's a very good question. Very, very good question. Jazakallah khairan, Hasnain, for asking this question. This is, I'm going to send you my link, which is about the witr, which I've already texted you. you can just click on that, and then you will know the correct way of offering Salatul Witr, inshallah. And soon we will be, demonstrating a brief video on the Salatul Witr, inshallah. Barakallah fiqh. And you do read Surah Al-Fatiha and Ruku or Sajda. No. This is Sajda to Shukr. You are not starting any prayer. You are not saying Salat to Shukr. You are saying Sajda to Shukr. Sajda is only prostration. So there is no Allahu Akbar, there is no Takbir, there is no facing of the Qibla, nothing. You just prostrate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you thank Him for whatever the good news that you have received. Alhamdulillah. I find the Islamic notion of a day of judgment hard to believe. Are you telling me that we will be resurrected back to life after we have become nothing but mere dust and bones? Okay, mashallah, it's a very good question, and people and also are our forefathers too. Very good question, very good question, alhamdulillah. But let's see with the concept of all the religion. If we take Judaism believes that there will be a day of judgment where God or Allah or Ilah for them, Ilahim, will judge the people for good and bad, and then they will go to Jannah or Jahannam, which is hell, paradise or hell, based on whatever Allah has judged for them or God has judged for them. Then if you see the Christianity, again, universal religion, Christian also believes in the day of judgment, final return of Jesus, final judgment of Jesus. Then people will go to either the garden of the Father, kingdom of the Father, or hell. If you take the concept of Hinduism, millions and billions of people in the world believe in Hinduism. They also have got the concept of Swarg and Nark, which is hell and Jannah and Jahannam, paradise and hell. And that is only after the God has decided for them, after the judgment will be done. How that will be done? It is in the theology, you can go and study them. But Islam is not the only religion. Quran is not the only book. Muhammad ﷺ is not the only person who has brought this idea of that people will be, after their death, they will be resurrected on the day of judgment. And that day Allah will decide the Jannah and Jahannam. So this is based on the religious, all the different religions I'm telling you. But let's understand logically. We as Muslims, we believe in that, and it is one of the 6 pillars of Iman. No Muslim can be a Muslim if he does not believe in these 6 pillars of Iman. One of the 6 pillars of Iman is to believe in the day of judgment. So this is with regards to Islam. The question you have asked, Allah has spoken in the Quran, which is Allah's words, God's word. In the Quran, Allah has spoken that there were people in Mecca, there were people in Medina. Not only that, Allah has also spoken about the people of Nuh, people of Saleh, people of Hud, people of Shu'aib alayhi salam, people of Ibrahim, people of Musa alayhi salam, Fir'aun, all these people till the time of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, till the time when he was in Mecca and Medina. This was one of the common questions raised by all the arrogants, all the disbelievers who disbelieved in Allah or who did not believe in the Day of Judgment. They put the same question to Prophet Muhammad. They put the same question to Prophet Nuh, Prophet Saleh, Prophet Hud, Prophet Ibrahim, Prophet Isa, Prophet Yahya, Prophet Zakaria, Prophet Musa. They put the same questions to them, and the question was that how can that be possible that when a person is dead and then after sometimes his body is rotten and changed to soil and nothing is left and it is eaten by the insects and it has become the insect and useless mixed with the soil, how can that be possible that we will be resurrected again? How is that possible? And if that is possible, nobody in the past from our ancestors ever got life after the death. So if you ask the Christians, they will say yes, Jesus used to give the life to the death. So they will not deny this. And that is Jesus doing that in this world. So what about Allah? Allah created Jesus, Allah created the whole universe. So why can't, if Jesus can give the life to the person who is dead in front of the people, and he gives him life and he gets up, then why can't God do that? Why can't Allah do that on the Day of Judgment? This is one thing. Second thing, you ask the Jews. There are so many examples in the past, and one of the similar character of Jesus is found in the Old Testament. He used to do the same thing. He used to give the life to the dead. And there's a very famous story of the calf of Prophet Moses, that the nephew killed his uncle, and then he put the price to the people that you find the killer, the murderer of my uncle, I will pay you this. And they had a story that they were guided that slaughter the calf, and then take the flesh of the meat of the calf and bury on the dead body, and the body will be resurrected, and then you can ask the person who killed him. So this is the very famous story, and there are so many other narrations that we find that there are so many authentic stories that the people lived as in the coma. People lived in the their dead status for years and years and years, and they have been declared as dead, and then suddenly they find that they come out of their coma. So this is one example where people will think that it is not possible for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that even you see this is the life and death is found even in the plants. The life and death is even found in the plants. Some of the plants, when they are dead, they again can be come into life when they receive rain. And when we talk about there are trees also the same thing. We also talk about our own life. See, those people who sleep at night or whenever they sleep, could be 1 hour, could be 6 hours, could be 10 hours. And when you wake them up, the things happening around them, they would not know. Why? Because that is one of the examples of the people alive who are dead. Nobody can ever say that if a person has really gone to sleep or anesthesia has been inserted in his body and made him sleep for 6 hours, 10 hours, he is as good as dead person. You can chop into his body into pieces, he's dead, finish. But if you are not harming him and you just keep him sleeping, and then when he wakes up, things around him, what has happened around him or her, he will not know. This is the example of a person who died, could be for 1 minute, could be for 10 minutes, could be for years, could be for centuries. But he gets up again. And this is the example God has challenged. Quran has said that you are questioning me, that how will I raise you again on the Day of Judgment, and you don't have the common sense. You are dead when you are sleeping, and only Allah brings you back. You can't you get up by yourself. So Allah tells you that you are dead. Allah tells you are dead. And see the creation of the human beings. Today we know the liquid, the sperm and the ovum of the woman, when they get together in the womb, then the human body is created. And even that, all those, the sperm and the ovum, when they get together, till the child is completely constructed with the heart and body and hands and legs, the child is still, though with the sperm and ovum is mixed, and the child is under the procedure of growing inside the womb, still that child is considered to be dead. No human body. Nobody can say this is a girl or boy, or no human body. But after some times, when that child is grown up and inside the womb, the doctors, they say this is a baby now. It could be a female baby or a male baby. But see what happened. They were dead. And Allah is saying, you were dead, we gave you the life. And كيف تكفرون بالله وكنتم أمواتا فأحياكم ثم يميتكم ثم يحييكم ثم إليه ترجعون. Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 28. Go. Allah is telling us, كيف تكفرون بالله وكنتم أمواتا. How can you reject the existence of God? How can you reject the existence of Allah? I'm talking about Allah, not God of Jesus, not God of Christians or Hindus or Jews. I'm talking about God of Islam, who is Allah only one God, and only Allah. Not Son of God, not Father, not Spirit, not Holy Spirit, not Son of Father, the Son of God. No, is one and only, who has got no father, no son, no wife, no children. He is not begotten, one and only. That Allah is saying, how can you deny my existence? When you were dead, I gave you the life. فَأَحْيَاكُمْ, I gave you the life. That means Allah gave you the life in the womb of the mother, and even then, when the structure is done, the complete baby is born, and if the baby is not alive in the body, in the womb, the doctors declare the baby is dead in the womb. So why they say dead? Because they were the cells and tissues were dead, joined together, came into life, and then that died, and then they came into life again. So Allah says that kuntum amwatan fa ahyakum. You were dead, I gave you the life. Thumma yumitukum, and then I will give you death in this life. In this life. And that death is of two types. One is permanent and one is for 6 and 8, 10 hours. And that is the death that we sleep at night and then we wake up. This is the death we receive in this life. And there will be a permanent death that will be when we will not wake up at all. We will be only resurrected on the day of judgment. Thumma ahyakum. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, then again He gave you the life. And that will be the day of judgment. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that on that day you will turn back to me. So conclusion is this, that generally speaking, you may ask that how that, so I'm just sticking to your question here, that you're asking me, can Allah resurrect us again from the dust, and everything is rotten and merely became the dust? Yes, so I gave you the answer. But if you think that what is the reason for Day of Judgment, that it will be a different question, inshallah, if you want to know. But the same thing is very clear, that Allah will resurrect us exactly the way when we were dead, He gave us the life in this dunya. Same thing when we will die from this world and we'll go to different world, Allah will raise us again from the other world as well. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh. Can you perform Salatul Witr and recite Dua Qunut even if you haven't prayed Taraweeh? Jazakallah khairan. See, Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is a very good question, mashallah. It's a very, very good question. That, people, they think that the Taraweeh, a Witr can only be offered if you pray Taraweeh. That's a misunderstanding. Nothing like that. Taraweeh can be, Taraweeh is an additional prayer that people pray at night. But Witr was a regular prayer of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which he has also recommended, and he commanded and advised the Sahaba not to miss it. So Taraweeh has got nothing to do with Witr, and Witr has got nothing to do with Taraweeh. A person can pray Isha prayer 4 rakat. If he wants to pray 2 rakat of Sunnah and he wants to pray 3 rakat of Witr, that's done. His Witr is accepted. And also Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said the number of Witr is minimum is 1 rakat. Awtaru bi rakatin wahida. That pray your prayer with 1 rakat. Or Rasulullah awtara bi raka'atin wahidatin. Rasulullah has prayed his witr with 1 rakat. So Taraweeh, nobody will say Taraweeh is 1 rakat. But Taraweeh is like 20 rakat for our Hanafi brothers and 36 for Maliki and 41 for this and that. But Taraweeh is, nobody will say Taraweeh is 1 rakat. But Witr can be 1 rakat. So you can pray Witr 1 rakat without praying Taraweeh, and you can pray Dua Qunut in that as well, inshallah. Okay, let's see another question. If Allah is the most merciful and most beneficent, then why create hell and punish humans for an eternity? Okay. Did anybody ever ask the question to the mother why she is, shouting and punishing her child when he or she does that thing, a bad thing? Did anybody ever ask why there is court in the society? Why we have prisons in the society? Why we have penalties in the society? Why? Why don't we ask these questions in the first place? So it's a very good question. I appreciate this. And this, my answer is to the people of common sense. People of common sense. For an example, we say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created hell and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the punishments for the humans. And at the same time, He loves them. Let's understand that what is the concept of hell and the punishment. Why they have to come in the existence in the first place. Hell is not for, outcome of the good deeds. Punishment is not, outcome of the good deeds. Hell and punishment are certainly, honestly speaking, anybody who has got common sense, whether he is an atheist, whether he is Christian, whether he is Muslim, whether he is Jew or anybody, the outcome of the hell and punishment is due to the act which has, done something bad, severely bad to somebody, and that's why that the recompensation or the ransom or the equal, return to that kind of act could only be hell or could be punishment. And that we can see, we don't talk about Allah loves human being or not. We talk about the society we live in. For example, if the court says that this person should be hanged to death, and people will ask, why the judge is giving this commitment? And you know who could be the judge? The judge could be the Pope. The judge could be Imam of the Masjid. The judge could be Nelson Mandela. Judge could be Mother Teresa. And she can say that this man should be punished because he has raped a girl who is, innocent girl, and he has, tortured her. He has done this. So this person has got no mercy. He doesn't deserve the mercy. He should be hanged to death. Now, are we going to say that the judge or Mother Teresa, that she is not a, social worker, or she is not a good person? She is a bad person because she has passed this commitment and she doesn't show the love for this man, and what the sentence has been made for this person. This shows that this Mother Teresa hates him, or Nelson Mandela hates him, or the Pope in the church, he hates this man, or the judge hates this man. No, this is exactly a pure source of justice. Coming back to this thing, whether it is a prison, a punishment is given in the prison, punishment given in the form of killing or death penalty, or punishment given in the form of cremation, burning into the hell or fire. In this world, all these punishments are, result of the evil things. And if these punishments are not given to them, all the victims, not one single person, all the victims will say that the country or the judge or Nelson Mandela or Mother Teresa or the Pope or Imam, they are not doing justice to me. They are not doing justice to me. They are, not giving my rights. They are not giving me a woman who is, being punished, or the woman killing of Hitler. Who will punish Hitler then? We'll come back to that point as well. Let's see. Now, the court, the criminal is brought. And now recently in UK, there was a rapist who has raped the women, and he was known as serial killer, that after raping the women, he would kill them. And now he is being, the argument was come up, and the case was opened again, and the bail was requested. Appeal was made that this man should be released because he has completed. And subhanallah, majority of the people in UK, especially the women, they said this man should not be allowed to come out of the prison. Why? And imagine these are not people who will ever believe in, justice or hell or this and that. Because these people were the people being wrong done by these people, and the wrongdoers are not getting the justice. Now let's come to the big, question, your question. Allah loves everyone. Allah loves all kind of human beings. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also a king. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the also judge. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also the authority to, the criterion between the right and wrong. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the criterion and authority to reward and punish. So, that is one of his, rules and regulations of his life. That is one of his roles in his creation. So, if somebody who is being punished, by Allah, could be for murdering, could be for raping, could be for, killing, injustice, doing injustice to the society, and no judgment has been given to this person in this life. And the worst thing that we believe in our religion is the associating partner with Allah. Associating partner with Allah. So all these kind of punishments, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, on the day of judgment when the people will come, I will come. I'm telling you honestly, that there are people who have done wrong to me. They have bullied me. And I have forgiven them. But there are so many people of my kind who have been bullied, and these people who have bullied them, they are still enjoying their life. They have not been punished. So these people will wish Allah to punish them on the day of judgment. And that's why the punishment is in the hell. Now the question comes, why permanently? Why for eternity? Yes, in this dunya, there are certain punishments where the punishment is given for the life sentence. Why? Same thing, that's God. Allah knows better. Allah knows best that when you have committed certain crimes in this world and there is no other equivalent punishment except the punishment which takes you to eternity is, one is shirk, which in Islam, committing shirk, associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You compare Allah with another deities, divines. That sin will never be forgiven. This is one thing. Disbelieving in God. You reject God. God created you. You can't even give the favor of, this power that Allah has given you to speak, power of hearing, power of seeing, power of feelings, that Allah has given you the quality in yourself, that you can't repay back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then you say you don't believe in Allah, and moreover you say, Ana Rabbukumul A'la, I am the greatest, I am the biggest God, I am the Lord, and like Pharaoh, he said, I want to kill the God of Musa. So if somebody does that, then there is no punishment equal to the punishment of eternity. And there are so many other things. Inshallah, when the time will come, I'll give you the list of those punishments. So coming back to this, Allah is merciful for those who deserve Allah's mercy. And at the same time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is merciful for those people who deserve the punishments and they have done wrong to the people. Allah is still merciful to those people who did not get their rights and justice in their life. So Allah shows and gives them the justice by punishing people, those who deserve that. And some of the punishments could be forever. Some of the punishments could be forever, which has got no equivalent, punishment than eternity punishment. So this is, I hope I have answered the question. Alhamdulillah. Why Bilal ibn Rabah entered Jannah before the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Okay, let me answer first that question. Sheikh, if hijab comes off during Salah, should one redo the prayer? No, that is by mistake. You can just, while in your prayer, you can cover your head, inshallah, and your Salah is valid. Inshallah. It's a very good question because sometimes it happens. Sometimes when you are praying, as a woman you are praying, and your baby is around you, she pulled your scarf, or she pulls your socks when you are in the sajda, and your feet is exposed, or your hair is exposed. So that doesn't, because you didn't do it purposely, and you started your prayers with all terms and conditions of your dress code. So then, inshallah, if something happens in between that, and then you can rectify that and clear that mistake while you are praying, inshallah, it is accepted. Like one of the hadith of Rasulullah, a person, he broke his wudu while he was praying, and he prayed like few rakat, and still few rakats to complete the prayer. So what Prophet has said, he should go and make the wudu, come back, and if he has not involved into worldly things, some things that has got nothing to do with the namaz, then he can come or she can come and continue where that person has stopped, completed his previous part of the salah. So from there onwards, and the person can complete. So that is same thing. If wudu is broken, the salah should be all invalid. No, but it is that is calculated, and this what he or she is continuing after the new wudu is also completed as one salah. So you can do the same thing in your salah as well. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Why Bilal ibn Rabah entered Jannah before? Okay, we'll take another question of Muhammad Khan. Muhammad Khan, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam. Is the niqab or covering of the face for women is fard? Muhammad Khan, if you want to know the answer, I have already answered this. You can click on my video where you can see the whole complete answer on this subject. Is wearing niqab compulsory? So inshallah you will get the answer there, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan for coming and asking the question. And it has got in Urdu as well as the answer is given in Urdu as well as in English. So both the clips you can check it, inshallah. So coming back to the brother's question here, why Bilal ibn Rabah entered Jannah before the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Who said he entered before Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? The hadith does not say that Prophet was outside the Jannah and then he entered the Jannah and then Bilal went into the Jannah, then Prophet went in after him. No, it shows that in the Jannah, the only description is that Prophet ﷺ is walking in the Jannah, and in one of that distance, he saw that Bilal is ahead of him. And this shows that Bilal is, going ahead of Rasulullah because of the position. They think that people are thinking, oh, Bilal has got even more reward than Prophet ﷺ. No. Nothing like that. And there is no concept of, him being first and Prophet came afterwards. No. We know that the Prophet ﷺ will be the first one to go to Jannah, but he will not go to Jannah till he takes all the believers with him. Even those who were sent in the Jahannam, he will take them, requesting Allah to take him to the Jannah, to put that man into the Jannah. So this is how, but it is, the Dalil says that Rasul ﷺ asked Bilal. So this is again the dream, that Rasul ﷺ saw the dream, and in dream he saw that the Bilal is ahead of him. So Prophet ﷺ said to him that this shows that Allah has given you a good, appreciation for something that you were doing in this world. Something great you were doing, something unique you were doing, something better you were doing in this world, and that shows that when we were together, you were much ahead of me, walking ahead of me. What was that you do? And Bilal was saying, Ya Rasulullah, but when you told me that it is one of the hadith about Bilal, one of the hadith is related, similar hadith, that Rasulullah, you told me that it is the one who does tahiyatul wudu, after making wudu, prays 2 rakat sunnah, then Allah will reward you the Jannah. And that's since then I never missed the tahiyatul wudu. So this is one of the reasons why Bilal will be ahead of Rasulullah. But it doesn't say he went first into the Jannah. They were in the Jannah. And there is no, connection to this hadith that who entered first in the Jannah. Nothing like that. So, alhamdulillah, that's not the question. The reason was that the Bilal was, Prophet wanted to tell the people that what is the great reward for those people who will be performing, 2 rakat of sunnah rakat of wudu. After making wudu, they pray 2 rakat of tahiyatul wudu. Okay. Let's take another question. Why is Islam so restrictive with its do's and don'ts? Limit human freedom. But are those who don't follow truly free? Who is the bigger slave? Okay, very serious questions, mashallah. I think this man must be a genius guy. First of all, again I'm taking back to all the religions. We people are always, putting restrictions on Islam only. Islam, Islam, Islam. No. If we study the Bible, the Old Testament, the do's and don'ts are such a strictly mentioned, and if the people are not following that restrictions, like for example the Sodomites, people they say Islam is against gay. People they say Islam is against gay. Look what Bible says in the Old Testament. Check it. Type on the Google, you'll get the details. Those people who are gay, having same sex, man and man having sex together, the Old Testament in the Bible, it says that these people should be burnt and their house should be burnt alive and they should be kicked out of the town, never ever be allowed to come. Never. Nobody has said this. Why? Why double policy? Go back. Quran doesn't say anything about the Sodomites that way. Quran just says that the people of Prophet Lut alayhi salam, they were, having sex, men were having sex with men. So Allah has punished them, and the punishment was the fires, rocks and, rain of fire came down and the land was turned upside down over them. Finish. But see the severe words and harsh word is used for the penalties for the gays in the Old Testament. Another incident of Isa alayhi salam with regards to the prayers, the New Testament. Ask any Christian, why you people are talking about Islam, Islam? Ask any Christian. In the New Testament it says, when a woman is praying to God, when a woman is praying to God, in her prayer, if she doesn't cover her head, she should be shaved, completely bald head. Who will accept this? Which Christian woman will accept that? And that's in the Bible. You don't want to accept that? Change that rule. Say that we want freedom. And those Christians, are they really free from that then? If they truly practice that. I have never seen any Christian woman going into the church and she has covered her head. I've only seen the nuns who are, wearing that kind of a uniform. But no other Christian women. Why? Okay, then check in the Hinduism. In Hindu religion, when a man dies, his wife, widow, has no freedom to live. Has no freedom to live. That's in their books. That she should also be cremated with the dead body of her husband. What rule is this? Hinduism? Yes, it is in Hinduism. So I gave you example in Christianity. I gave you the example of do's and don'ts in Judaism. I gave you the example of do's and don'ts in Hinduism. Let's come to Islam. Islam is not restricted at all. Islam is not restricting at all. Islam has the only religion that has given you the choice. Do or don't do. Allah will judge you on the Day of Judgment. Do or don't do. It's not that you have to do it, you don't have to do it. No, choice is given. The restriction is only for a sincere and true believers. Yes. Why? Because they are the people who truly believe in Allah and they care for things that Allah loves and they care for the things that Allah does not love. So since they have submitted to Allah, that's called sincerity. That's called submission to Allah. That's called the word M-U-S-L-I, 6 capital letters, not M as one first capital letter and 5 small letters, lowercase. No. M-U-S-L-I-M, 6 uppercase word letters. This is, the restriction is for them. And you ask them, alhamdulillah, I want to be amongst those who are M-U-S-L-I-M, 6 capital letters. You ask me, am I feeling that my freedom is restricted because do's and don'ts in Islam? Because I am M-U-S-L-I-M? No. Because I have submitted my will to God and I'm thankful to God that He has disciplined me Why? Because in my nature, if I don't know what to do, then I can do anything. And if I don't know what not to do, then I'll be doing things which shouldn't be done. That's called, a person who is insane person. There's no limit to this person's good, or there's no limit to, bad for this person. As we see, there are people today who do not follow the restrictions of any religion. Then for them, rape is a fun. Stabbing, killing is a fun. Stealing and robbing and cheating. 24/7 people are, sitting on YouTube. Telephones, the calls, internet. They hack people. They hack their accounts. They cheat them. They, pedophile, those who are blackmailing the women, young girls, young boys on the internet. For them, it's a fun. For them, it's a fun. But anything that comes to restriction, people, they say, no, they are killing the freedom of that. Now, let's understand your point. Limit human freedom. What is freedom? Somebody will say, my freedom according to me is, I can tease any woman in the street. I can tear off the, clothes of any woman walking in the street. I don't want, anybody, if I'm drinking alcohol and abusing and shouting in the street, nobody should stop me. This is the freedom. Who accepts that freedom? Who, a man with common sense, a woman with common sense, who will accept that? A man says, I like a woman, I like any woman, and I want to, have sex with her. That's my freedom. I can have that. A woman can say, I can do anything I want. So there's no limit. So don't put that. When you have, whether it is Hinduism or Christianity or Islam or any religion, when you have rules of do's and don'ts, people are surviving peacefully. When you take off this limit of freedom, and you don't put the restrictions of do's and don'ts, then you have to have courts, which every day you have to have courts. You have to take the criminals to the court. Every time you have to have a prison. And every time you have to have somebody saying we are fighting the terrorists, we are fighting the terrorism, and then there will be a country look for the excuse to, bomb other countries. This is how you will. So, if you don't have these do's and don'ts in your life, whatever the religion you are, the human society is not safe, and human life is not safe. People will put the human life into danger. Then, but are those who don't follow truly free? No. Who said they don't follow? They follow something inside them. They are the slaves of their desires. They are the slaves of something that they want to do. They have got malfunction in their, chemical function, a malfunction in their brains. So they do, when they are doing any evil things and they enjoy, they are the slaves of that, evil thing, that malfunction of their brain. So nobody who is not following the divine restrictions of, God given to the humans, do's and don'ts, if they don't follow, then they are the slaves of themselves, their desires, and they are worshippers of the Satan, who they can't see, but they are enjoying, because Satan brings the evil things in the form of good things, and they do that. So this is all those people who you find in the evil kind of people in their history, you will find that somewhere they had their principles, rules and regulations where they are slave to that. So this is no person who does not follow the divine do's and don'ts, he is slave to someone, and that could be the evil, you can say the most evil creature on the face of the earth, most evil principle on the face of the earth, most evil doctrine on the face of earth. They are the slaves of that. I hope I have answered the question. Okay. Sheikh, in terms of the hadith which mentions women imitating men and men vice versa, men and women clothing have changed over the years now. Some men wear same clothes as men, even wear makeups. So please. Okay, again it's a very good question. Also, Sheikh, in terms, clarify how Muslim men and women should dress. Okay, now this is a good question. The last part is very important because you made me very easy. Now, when we talk about dress, the clothes and garments, then subhanallah, Quran has said, as a Muslim woman, because you are Muslim, so I'll answer your question. Number one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Quran, Ya bani Adam, qad anzalna alaykum libasan yuwari sawatikum warisha wa libasu taqwa dhalika khair. In Surah Araf, chapter 7, and verses 25 onwards 31, all the rules and regulations sent down by Allah to the children of Adam. One of them is, Allah says, Ya bani Adam, O children of Adam, قد أنزلنا عليكم لباسا يواري سوآتكم وريشا. Indeed, we have revealed the dress code for you. And that purpose of that dress code is to yuwari sawatikum. Your private parts, men and women, your private parts should be covered. Warisha, and at the same time, these clothes should not make you look like animals or ugly creatures. Instead, when you wear these garments and clothes, protect your private parts, and also it adds to the beauty of you. How beautiful this man looks like. How beautiful and handsome this man looks like. How beautiful this woman looks like. And in the society, in the school you have uniform. Why? Because these are the students. They are not the street boys. In the parliament house, they have a uniform. In the hospital, they have uniform because they are people of the hospital. They are different people. Police have got their uniform. Soldiers have got their uniform. All these human beings are differently wearing their dress and the clothes and garments based on their identification, what they are, what they look like, what is their role. So, when we come to this, Allah says, وَلِبَاسُ التَّقْوَى ذَلِكَ خَيْرٌ. There comes one more libas, which is the libas of taqwa, piety. There includes Christianity, there includes Judaism, there includes Hinduism, there includes Islam. That libas of taqwa refers to the libas of the religion. Every religion has got their own libas. This because Allah is not telling Muslims, oh Muslims, I have revealed the dress code for you. Oh Hindus, I have revealed. Allah is saying, Ya bani Adam, children of Adam. So children of Adam are Jews, children of Adam are Christians, children of Adam are Hindus, children of Adam are Muslims, children of Adam are Buddhists, children of Adam are atheists, children of Adam are naturists, children of Adam, every, and not only that, children, imagine a child is born now. Let's imagine a boy or a girl is born now and the parents are cold. Okay, the baby is released. What they do? They bring the child exactly the way the child has come out of the womb? No. They dress the child. Not only one dress. Auntie will bring one beautiful dress for the child. Uncle will bring one dress for the child. Father will have one dress. Grandmother has got one dress. Grandfather has got one dress. And why? Come on, man, one person. Nature is a baby. Let it live as a naked guy. Why you are dressing this person? Nobody does that. Because it's a common sense. Then your question is that, now imagine, if a man is told to wear a woman garment, and this man, now for example, let's say any prime minister of the parliament, and the prime minister is a man, but the rule says from the day one when you start your office, you have to have, mini skirt of the woman, and you as a minister, you have to come in the office with mini skirt of the woman. Will the minister, man, will accept that? No. Why? Because common sense, the genuine minister, a male minister will know that my dress as a man is different than Even if she is a minister, but her dress will be different than mine. So I am a man, I have to, wear my dress that will show to me. And listen, last time in UK, few years ago, there was an issue raised by, the schools about skirts of the girls in the uniform. Boys were saying that we want to wear the skirts, and the school was not allowing them. Why? Because the common sense says that the woman has different role, woman has got different personality, woman has got different, a role as the normal uniform and the uniform or the dress code of their faith, that woman that follows. Same thing with the man. So when we talk about men and women, our religion gives us that criteria. So when you are as a Muslim woman and man, so I always tell you, my brothers and sisters, if you are a Muslim with M-U-S-L-I-M, 6 capital letters, all uppercase letters, then this is the answer for you, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has cursed the man wearing the woman's garments, and Allah has cursed the woman wearing a man's garment. So they have a clear-cut dresses given to them in Islam. So if you are a Muslim, M-U-S-L-I-M, following Allah's religion with this uppercase 6 letters, then Allah has clearly mentioned that what a garment of a man and what a garment of a woman. That comes with the libasul taqwa. So that is your libasul taqwa, that you will learn that what man should be wearing and what woman should be wearing. So this is our criteria. In general understanding of Islam, as Muslim, man should not imitate the woman, woman should not imitate the man. And if they do, then they can be Muslim, but with 6 letters, only M as a uppercase, M-U-S-L-I-M, 6 letters, M capital. He or she will not be M-U-S-L-I-M, 6 capital letters. So then I have nothing to say anything to that person. I will say good luck to him or her. But as Muslim, with a submissive Muslim, a Muslim who have submitted his will to Allah, then there is a criteria for the man and the woman. Men should not wear tight clothes. Men should not wear clothes which are specified for the woman. Men should not wear clothes which are transparent, that even wearing the clothes, it will expose their part. This is the tight clothes, the women's clothes, and transparent clothes. Men should not wear the clothes that is really resembling to their other faith. A Muslim man or woman should not wear the clothes of, if somebody wears a particular clothes and he is a Muslim, then people might doubt that this person is Hindu because of his outlook. Maybe this person is a Christian, maybe because of his outlook. So these are the criteria. And the 6th one is a person, a man or a woman, should not wear a cloth that is a cloth of pride, which means you wear a decent cloth and you insult other people, or you are proud of your clothes and you say these people have got, they are dirty, they are ugly, they are uncivilized, and they are poor people, like that. So these are the criteria, same criteria with the woman. Women should wear clothes which covers all her body. Women should wear the clothes which should not resemble the clothes of the men. Women should not wear tight clothes. Women should not wear transparent clothes. Women should not wear the clothes of the other faith, people of women of the other faith, or any religion that identifies with that dress. That dress should not be, and women should not also wear the clothes that will be a clothes of pride and looking down upon others. Hope I have answered this question, inshallah. Jazakallah khair for your question. Now this will be my last question, because we have to go for, inshallah, iftari. Should women not wear makeup and such things, as it would be imitating some men? Makeup is for the women, not for the men in the first place. So today, if men are wearing, the women's skirts, that does not mean the woman should not wear the. If men are wearing women's dress, that does not mean the women have to give up their own dress because it imitating the men. So if they don't wear their own dress, and they must be wearing somebody's dress. So if men are wearing women's dress, so the women, they don't want to wear their own dress. So which dress are they going to wear? They may be wearing men's dress. Now again they are imitating the men. So either way, so why to go into that? Why don't you stick to yourself, who you are, and why not letting them do whatever they are? So you as a woman, you should stick to your criteria, wear dress which are only for women, wear dress which are not tight on your body, wear dress which are not transparent, wear dress which are not belong to any particular religion, and wear dress which are not imitating the other people, and wear dress which are not dress of pride, which brings you makes you humble. That kind of, so if you wear that, forget about the men are doing that, because they lost their identity. Man has lost their identity, and that's why they have nothing else to imitate the woman. This is, I feel sorry for them. I don't even like to call them men. Alhamdulillah. Barakallah fikum. Jazakumullah khair. It was a very good session, mashallah. And inshallah, tomorrow again will be the last day of Ramadan. So complete your last day, tomorrow 30 days of Ramadan. And Sunday will be your Eid. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان